Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing his first toy review at his new place. He is enjoying himself so much in his new house. Okay, I'm sorry for talking in third person. I want to punch myself in the ear whenever I do that, but I just did. Alright, so this is on Weapon X. That's why I'm doing a review here on Weapon X. Just to try to pay a little homage to Wolverine and the debauchery of that new movie. Oh man, I've been getting into so many debates over this movie. I think, like me and my friend Ari, who's the biggest Wolverine fan I know, him and I were arguing over that movie for like 3 hours yesterday. It was hella funny. But basically, he had lowered his expectations, so that's why he said he didn't have a problem with it. So I don't know about you other guys that like Wolverine, but holy shit! I just realized that I broke my this figure is broken right here. All right, well I'll point it out a little bit, but yeah. First off, this is not one of my favorite Marvel Legends. This is this is a really cool figure to have. Wolverine's about my third favorite superhero. And I think this is the only way you can really have the Weapon X figure set up with his kick-ass base. But look at all this detail and work put into this thing. I mean, it's I forgot what series this was released as, but got some leftover adamantium goop, I guess, running down that thing. Now, if I remember correctly from reading the Weapon X trade paperback, he is vertically in this container. You know what I mean? And the process did not take a mere 5 minutes to, for him to go from bones to adamantium. It took him quite a while, and it was torturous. And if you really want to read and really know the good story, the real story of Wolverine getting his adamantium, um, you know, because besides Wolverine Origins, it was the Weapon X trade. I forgot who wrote it, but he was really really good, and I don't think I've seen anything else by that guy, if I remember correctly. I don't own that trade, but a friend of mine did lend it to me. Man, I'm doing a lot of talking and not enough figure, right? So, now I believe I do have this set up the way it's supposed to, with all the little pieces going in. But that's what's really cool about this thing, is you have them set up like this, and this is all you really want to do. First off, this green tube right here goes into the back of his hand, and it just plucks right in. So it's this little clear thingy at the end, and there's a hole right there on the top of his hand. It's the same for both sides, and you just stick it in there like that. And there's a little peg right here. And look at the detail on this thing, all the little buttons and shit. Wow, really good. And I like how the metal has a worn finish. I always like that about Marvel Legends. And there's a hole in his hip right here, and you could put it right there. This side is looser, so it does fall out a lot. This figure, so that's that side. This is this piece I just noticed is broken. Yep, that's broken. I must have just broken that right now. I gotta try to super glue that, but you can see how it's coming off right there. That attaches to his helmet. Okay, so he wears this helmet right here, and then we already went over this over here on this side. I'm gonna take it off anyway, so that we can look at the figure minus all the pieces. Okay, this side's tighter. Then he's got these plugs over here that are that attach to the base, and he has 6 that you can plug into, but there's only 4 that come with it. So you could choose whichever 6 you want to plug him into. So take those off right there. So he's got 1, 2, 3 on each side, but only 2 of these things that you can actually use for him. I'll take out the other 2 right here. Now, I'm not going to say this is a must-have figure. I do think it's very cool, but I honestly don't really have him set up very much. And this head does come off. This is the first interchangeable head that I've owned, or Marvel Legend with the interchangeable head. I gotta open this bag right here. And here's how Wolverine is supposed to look right after his surgery with the adamantium. Is he's fucking feraled out and crazy. That was an awesome scene. I think what I remember from the trade is that they test him out on wolves. Cornelius is the doctor behind all of this, and they want to see how he does against this pack of wolves, and he just tears him to pieces. It's fucking badass. I mean, that's what I really wanted to see from the new Wolverine movie, was Wolverine just being. I wanted to see feral Wolverine. You know what I mean? Which meant that he had to be naked. I didn't have a problem with him being naked or anything. You know what I mean? But he should have been out in the wild, you know, like eating fucking rats and shit or whatever. But so there he is. Face looks very cool, very mean. Extra long hair. That's like in the comic. It's like whoosh, it's like hell out there. It's fucking crazy, crazy. But yeah. So here's the figure all by itself. The height is good. He's nice and short. And yeah, there's not a whole lot of detail in here to really talk about in the figure itself. I mean, the veins do have a lighter color. He does have the nice Toy Biz peach color that has a fade in it, so it gets darker and lighter. The pants have black in there, or his shorts, I mean. The paint did wear off right here on the joint, which bothers me. I wish I could paint that, and on this side a little bit too. Like I said, I haven't posed this figure very much, so it didn't take a lot for that paint to come off there. They did a lot of good detail on the hair, so he's got hair all over the place, drawn on there very well. These aren't probably one of my least favorite claws. The claws, you know, seem a little on the short side, and they're very close together. But that's because they have this notch thing right there that you're supposed to plug the tubes in. Very cool right here. This is a very nice detail. His hands are very dirty. He's got very dirty hands and long nails, almost saber-tooth-like nails. So that verifying again that it took a long time for him to churn, you know, to get his adamantium. It did not happen in just a matter of seconds like how it did in the movie. Fucking movie, man. Anyway, and hey, thanks for a lot for, you know, people, you know, commenting on that and keeping me in check too on some of my my fuck ups right there. So hey, it fucking happens, you know. But yeah, figure's really cool. Posability is good, even though the head's interchangeable. It still moves up and down very well. Good torso joint. The hips turn. Ball joint on the arm. No, it's just one ball joint in the arm. Dual elbow joints. He has a wrist joint somewhere in the middle of the forearm. Not the wrist, not really all the way up here, but you know, you can see where it is. And the fingers move all together. And he has ball joints on the legs, like I showed you. The thighs churn. You can, well, that side's a little too tight, so I don't like to fuck with it. But this side's looser. If I really wanted to snap it, you know, it'll move. I have a feeling I won't break it, but I don't feel like loosening it up. But this side's loose, so you can see. Turns over here. He has this thing in the calf, double knee joints, calf joint right there, toe joints, and his toes move like that. See a little detail, that kind of white kind of vein, so you could see the veins on him. They did a good job with the detail. I want to talk a little bit more about the base. The base is really cool. I just really like what they did here. A lot of work into that. I just really admire that shit. I mean, the metal looks very worn, looks very cool. This backdrop thing, all this stuff on the top right here, all these little knobs and all the different colors and stuff. I mean, there's only two colors really. But oh, you got the greens in here and everything. I mean, this is in this blue plate right here. I mean, this is a really cool looking base. This has little specks, dots going around. It looks really worn and dirty. It does not have a hole so you could hang it up, which I really wish it did have, because this is one of the ones I like to just keep, you know, I don't really do a lot with this figure. He's mostly in the closet, but, you know, once in a while I do put him up there. But, yeah, alright, that's all there is to say about the figure, really. I can go on about the movie, but I'm not going to. But just to pay homage to Wolverine, I wanted to do a Weapon X review. Alright, you guys, please rate and subscribe and comment, and I'll catch you later. Peace.